So, what is love? There are some who believe in it, some who mock it, some who deride it, and some who place all their bets on its existence. True love, that elusive, everlasting romance that keeps two people together for all their lives through all the ups and downs, trials and tribulations. But what is true love, really, and how can it be achieved? What makes the difference between a typical relationship with laughter and kisses and a relationship that stands the test of time, bonding two individuals for decades? Love is subjective. We all feel it and think about it in different ways because we have all been through our own personal experiences. There are, however, some common traits and patterns. The type of love that we usually witness in our society is characterized by the fear of losing that person, as well as by attempts to fix them and control them. It's an "I love you because you make me feel good," not an "I love you for who you are as a person." But if we're lucky enough, we will at some point feel that pure, true love, that kind of love that makes us grow, that makes us face our fears, heals our wounds and reconnect with our true selves. True love favours clear communication and mutual understanding. It helps you flourish more than ever before. I've spent many years on ego-based friendships and relationships. At the time, I fully resonated with all of them. We mirrored each other's fears, beliefs, consciousness and conditioning. Yes, I thought that we were happy at that time. We committed ourselves. We needed to celebrate different occasions and different events as a couple. But I realised that kind of relationship was toxic because we were not doing this for ourselves, but for them, for our family, for society, and for some of our friends. Of course, social media has the power to control our emotions too. Most of the time, if you see a couple celebrating on social media, you think that they're really happy together. But in reality, they're not, because it's ego love. Also, we've been brainwashed so that we can measure how much we love a person by just giving gifts or surprises for material worth. Though it's important sometimes to show your feelings in this way, it doesn't mean that it's true love. Love is patient. Love is kind and not jealous. Love does not brag and is not arrogant and does not act unbecomingly. True love doesn't happen right away. It's an ever-growing process. It develops after you've gone through many ups and downs, when you've suffered together, cried together, laughed together, and also celebrated together without any pressure from your surroundings. Being true to yourself and your partner is the best thing. Here is the question that you need to ask yourself. Are you feeding your ego, or are you feeding your relationship? Our ego has the need to have everything under control. It doesn't accept or acknowledge our own flaws and fears, let alone those of others. The stronger our ego is, the more difficult it is for us to feel unconditional love, because that kind of love starts with recognition. Recognition of another person's emotions, thoughts and feelings. Without the ability to see and hear one another, there's no way we can love. By contrast, authentic love doesn't care about imperfections. It's not that it doesn't see these imperfections, it does see them, but it embraces them and even improves them. I know my partner isn't perfect, and neither am I. We are both highly sensitive individuals, and things can get overwhelming sometimes. But regardless of what happens, we both know that we have space to show our true colours and express our real emotions, because we love each other, no matter what. Ego love is fear-based. We can have ego love with friends, family, or partners. In this state, we believe that someone can and should meet all of our needs. We project our unresolved trauma and try to control and unconsciously shame ourselves. You'll know if a relationship is ego-based if you feel drained after interactions with the person, or fearful to speak honestly with them, worried about their reaction to the truth. On the other hand, in authentic love, your respect for each other shows itself even in the middle of a fight. There's no emotional tactics or manipulation. Instead, there's clear communication. You feel free to express sadness, hurt, and anger, while still appreciating your partner and knowing you'll always be heard and supported. You feel free to set boundaries and to let your partner know what's going on in your heart. You naturally expand and grow together. And if you really love that person, instead of always giving a gift or something material, teach them, guide them to become the best version of themselves. In other words, a relationship means that you come together and make each other better. It's not all about you, and it's not all about them, but it's all about the relationship. Support them in their dreams and visions, just as much as you would expect them to support you. Make each other better. Challenge each other to go beyond average. Pull out the greatness from within. Because relationships are more than just falling in love. It's about inspiring each other to become better versions of yourselves, day in and day out. Since my relationship started 3 years ago, my life has changed drastically, slowly and steadily. I started saving more than ever to travel and invest in our future. After many years of people-pleasing and self-sabotaging, I've finally gained more interest in taking care of my body, my mind and spirit. He didn't do anything spectacular or for show, but having a secure base gives you the freedom to develop yourself, and feeling loved makes you realise that you do deserve all the infinite possibilities that life has to offer you. And here's the thing, true love makes room for individual authenticity. So you can't help but grow both individually and as a couple. True love says, I will always be here, and I love you for who you are as a human being. Don't worry about anything, I've got you. You both take responsibility for your own trauma and emotional triggers. It's not always sunshine and rainbows. We carry our own emotional baggage from past experiences and relationships. Maybe it's difficult for us to trust because maybe we've been cheated on before. Maybe we can't open up because we don't feel safe. Maybe we're afraid of showing who we really are due to fear of being rejected or even abandoned. The difference is, while ego love projects unhealed wounds and insecurities, true love, authentic love, recognizes and works through them. True love gives you satisfaction in life and enlightenment. Although true love is our natural state of being, I have the feeling that most of us are programmed to get involved in ego-based relationships. Our family dynamics and the society that we live in often corrupts our true nature. We have been brainwashed to feed our ego for validation and acceptance, rather than to focus and decide on our own. However, I believe healing is available to everyone. We have the power to free ourselves from our conditioning and leave our baggage behind. It's a lifelong process that requires enormous amounts of courage, patience, and resilience. You have to dive into your inner world, touch your deepest wounds, and release your most painful memories. The more you dive in, the more wounds you discover, and the more you release, the lighter you'll feel. I love you is the most misused phrase on earth. It's a nice thing to say to someone, but tell me, do you really mean it? What most people call love today isn't love at all. Love is not about material things. Love is not about sex. Love is not about years of being together. Do we really need a special occasion to remind each other how much we really care? Personally, I think that the idea of having one day to focus on love and friendship is not enough. Yes, it's great to have one day a year set aside to celebrate love and to do something special for the people we cherish the most. But why should we wait for that one special day to give or receive the attention that we deserve? In other words, shouldn't every day be special? I think it's the journey every day that makes pure love become stronger. No matter the struggles you have experienced together, keep on holding on. Solve it and help each other. Be brave and face the reality. This is the secret of true love. You have to grow and mature, understand and respect each other, and appreciate the little things. Remember, trust is the most important part of a relationship, closely followed by communication. I think that if you have those two things, everything else falls into place, your affection and your emotional connection. If you have enjoyed this video and you're inspired by what you've seen, don't forget to like, subscribe and share. Let's change the world together.